Now, Money in the Bank. There's a few directions we can go. Obviously, like I just said, if Drew McIntyre loses in Scotland, I think it's a good idea to put the briefcase on him. I think that adds another element to his character. He could be even more sneaky. He could be out for blood, out for revenge, right? And it sets him up to be in a place where he can actually ultimately win, because even though he was cashed in on at WrestleMania, he's been screwed over all these times. Now he has the ultimate power tool, right, in his hands. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase in his hands, cashes it in and wins, right? Nobody else can really screw him more than that point, right? So it's option one. I don't think it's a likely option, though. A lot of options here we're going to go over. CM Punk. Maybe. I think it would be a fun choice. I think it would be a good narrative for the World Heavyweight Championship choice. But I don't think it's the right choice. Because I think you put the briefcase on one of two people. Jey Uso, Braun Breaker. You could argue Ilya Dragunov or Carmelo Hayes, right? I think either one of those guys, I think all of them should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I think it's too early to put the belt on Dragunov and Carmelo. I know they've been doing their thing in NXT and they're killing it, but I just don't think they need to be in championship light yet. Or if they are going to be in championship light, maybe it's like the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title. No disrespect, right? Obviously, they're freaking amazing and they would be great champions. And I think that should be in their line of reach at some point. But I believe that the reason we should do one of these two is simple. And then I'm going to go into who I think should have it. But Braun Breaker, we don't know what we've been doing with him. He's just been on a rampage as of late. So his rampage could be winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, and now he's a legit threat. Or we could do what I think we should do. Give it to the guy that really, really, really deserves it in Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is main event level now. He is that high-level superstar main event tier. And I think that briefcase can finally cement him as a world champion. Even if it's just for a couple-month run, give him that world title. He's lost every shot at a singles championship he's had. And he's been screwed out of most of them until he lost clean to Damian Priest, which I think was a mistake. I think he should have held it and lost at Clash of the Castle. At least he would have had it. At least he would have had that belt. I know we're going to probably push him in some stuff with the bloodline again, and that's great. I think it fits in the story. But I think it means even more if you have Roman come back, or say, this is a whole separate topic of what I think is going to happen with the bloodline, which we'll do in episode 4, right? But I think just adding that briefcase on Jey gives him a little more star power to ultimately at some point become champion. And I think that's needed. I think he needs that belt. So you can do Jey Uso, you can do Braun Breaker, you could do CM Punk, you could do Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes. There's many people you could do, but I think the best person to put it on is Jey Uso. I think the funnest person to put it on is CM Punk, because that could just add so much flair to everything. But I'm hoping they give it to Jey Uso. That's my Money in the Bank prediction there.